Hey, how's it going everyone? We just got a lot of new information about Brixpedition. So first of all, the estimated release date is about 2 weeks out. They said a couple weeks. They're currently in QA, so it shouldn't be too much longer. But here is what it's going to look like. It's going to be found under the Events tab, and it's going to run continuously. So Brixpedition is going to be a 7-day event, which we're going to talk about more here in a second, and it's going to run every week. So Brixpedition is always going to be going. It's going to be a persistent game mode, kind of like how campaigns are always around. And with each week, the theme can change. So some weeks it might be a Ninjago theme, so Ninjago characters might get some kind of boost or be more useful for excavations, which we're also going to talk about in just a minute here. And it's basically going to be a new Brixpedition each week. So if you make it to, let's say, the 4th stage in the first week, the next week you're just going to be back at the first stage. You're not going to keep your progress. It's basically just going to be a fresh thing every week. And as you can see at the bottom here, it says you can earn relics, coins, and exclusive tiles. So those tiles, of course, will include the 4 unreleased sets that have recently been added to the game, but it looks like it might include a couple others as well. Right here in this image, we can see a tile for Jay's Cyber Dragon. So that might be the first Ninjago set that we get, or one of the first, when they open up the Ninjago neighborhood for sets. And then there's also this pink thing which has been slapped on top of this image. That looks like it's covering another set tile, so maybe we'll be getting something else as well. We can see a bit of gray on the bottom right hand corner, so maybe, just maybe, that could be Garmadon's castle. Just a little guess there, but it also might be covering something else as well. And then at the top here it says surprise guide. That right there is covered. I believe that's going to be Johnny Thunder. They were kind of hinting at that. So I think Johnny Thunder is going to be the guide for this Brixpedition. So you click on go and that will take you to this screen. And this is the map. You can see there are 7 stages at the bottom here, but this whole thing is called the map. So as you can see here, there's 1 stage for each day of the week, 7 stages, 7 days. But I believe you do have to complete a stage to unlock the next one. So if you don't complete stage 1 on the first day, you're not going to unlock stage 2. Basically, the way it's going to work is the health of your units will carry over between battles. You can see a couple different nodes here, but basically if one of your characters, let's say, falls to 50% health in the first battle, if you take them into the second battle, they're also going to be at 50% health. And if a unit dies, you cannot use them for any future battles for that day, because at the end of every day, your roster is refreshed, and then you can use all your characters again, and they will all be at full health. So for that reason, healers and revivers are of course going to be very, very important. I think Aurora and Yuppie will be 2 of the most important characters for Brixpedition, because you're really going to want to bring back every unit that you can, so you can actually use them in the future battles as well. It's not just about completing the battle, you also want to keep your units alive, because you're going to be using them in the future battles. So for these stages themselves, you can see that there are going to be multiple battles, and some of them will give rewards. Like right here, you can get tiles for the fire station, or later on you can see tiles for Cook Bart or Trent, or the Ice Station Odyssey. And the way it's going to work is you can choose a path to go. So for example, at the start here, there's a little house, and from there you can choose to go top or bottom. And you can see that this person chose to go for the top, so now the bottom section is X'd off and you can't go that direction. And then same thing here. This person, once they complete the fire station node, they can choose to go up or down. That will be up to them. So the path you take every day can change. You can choose different battles and get different character tiles depending on what you need at the time. Also, this looks like it is going to give a solid amount of gold. This second node right here gives 4,000 gold, and this is the first stage, the second battle. So imagine how much gold it's going to be for like the last node of stage 7. It's going to be quite a bit. And then going back to this image for a second, it also says you can earn relics, and relics are going to be a currency that you can then spend in a new store, and it's going to be I guess it'll be called the Relics store or the Brixpedition store, and there you will be able to buy set tiles as well as some minifigure tiles. No new figures, but you can buy tiles for existing ones. So this sounds like another way that we'll be able to farm those new sets, or alternatively, we can farm an existing character a little bit quicker by having another location to farm it from. So the map isn't all of Brixpedition. There's also a section called Excavation. You can see this at the bottom left-hand corner. It says Excavation. Basically, you'll just tap on that, and that will take you to this screen, and you can see at the bottom right, it says Map. So you can kind of just go back and forth between these two. But here is where it really starts to get interesting. So you can assign units to this excavation, and your teams that are actually doing the battles on the map will gain bonuses. For example, at the bottom left-hand corner here, you can see that if you reach 20,000 awesomeness, all attacker foes will lose 10% attack for the entire battle. So your units won't be taking as much damage if you can get to 20,000. And then if you can get to 40,000, right here it says all tank heroes are inflicted with payback for 2 turns. And then at the top here, all heroes will gain attack up 2 for 3 turns. I assume that'll be at the start of the battle, and that's if you reach 80,000 total awesomeness. And the way you reach that awesomeness is you assign heroes. At the bottom right here, it says add heroes, and that'll take you to this screen where you can select a hero to then be assigned. So for example, you can click on Valiant right here, like this person has, or Dwayne, or Cactus Girl, or whoever, and their total awesomeness will be added to your total, and if you reach like 80,000, you'll get that last bonus. Also at the top here, it says 2x awesomeness for each of these tags: Attacker, Ninjago, and Pirate. So like I said, some of these will be themed each week. This one is kind of a Ninjago pirate theme, so their awesomeness will be doubled if you assign them to this excavation. Now, one thing to keep in mind is if you do assign a unit to this, you can't then use them in battle. So this is going to make use of some of your not as good characters, like maybe Kelvin, or even Cactus Suit Girl or whatever. Just characters that you have that aren't great, but you can utilize their awesomeness by just assigning them here. They're not going to do any battles or anything, but they're then going to give a boost to your characters that are actually going to be fighting the battles. Okay, so let's go back to the map now, and there's a couple other things I want to talk about. So the actual difficulty of these battles is going to be scaled off of the total awesomeness of your top 5 characters and your best set. So that's going to be interesting with like Scarlet, because I have my Scarlet at 7 stars and she has 39,000 awesomeness, because the actual calculation for total awesomeness takes defense into account, and since Scarlet has the highest defense in the entire game, she also has the highest awesomeness by quite a bit. So me having her at 7 stars, that will then make the opponents a bit more powerful. Also, by the way, shared heroes can be used in Brixpedition, so if one of your guild members has like maybe a 7-star Aurora, well then they can share that unit, and then you can use their Aurora to complete your Brixpedition battles. Even though Brixpedition itself is a single-player game mode, you can still use your guild's shared heroes to help you get through the battle. So that's awesome. That's going to make a lot of these battles much easier. One thing that really caught my attention is that there are also going to be these things called med packs, which you can use to bring back any defeated heroes. And they said that they will be available from the guild store along with some other locations. So I, for one, am quite glad that I've been saving all my guild currency, because I might be able to buy quite a few of these med packs and hopefully make it really far into Brixpedition. So this kind of sounds like another way that your guildmates can help you out, even though it is a single player event, because if your guild does better in the guild quests, you will get more guild coins, which you can spend on these med packs. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Also, it sounds like you will be able to retreat from a battle with no progress lost if maybe it's not going well. Like if your Aurora dies right out of the gate, you can just exit the battle and then try it again and she'll still be alive. And there's no energy or anything with this, it's just based off of your unit's health. So if that is the case, that will be really helpful. Earlier I mentioned the gold thing, how it looks like it's going to be a decent amount. It actually could be even more than this, because it's going to scale with your level. So you'll get more gold and scrolls depending on your level. So I'm assuming this screenshot was taken from a level 50 test account, but maybe it wasn't. So this could potentially be even more, but even as it is, it looks like it's going to be not too bad. Also, we finally got a new community manager. His name is Will, and he's really awesome. So today has been a pretty good day for LEGO Legacy. There is a lot to look forward to, and I can't wait for Brixpedition, and it sounds like it's only a couple weeks off, so fingers crossed that it comes before too long. Alright, thanks for watching.